So the world has gotten very noisy and confusing and strange, right? And many of us are looking at this situation like, I don't know what to believe. I don't like either one of the candidates. My vote doesn't even matter. I'm just not even going to vote. The world has gotten confusing. The world has gotten strange, and a lot of things are happening behind the scenes to convey certain messages to us. And one of the things that's happening, friends, is confusion on purpose to get good people like you to throw up your hands and say, I don't even want anything to do with this. I'm just not even going to vote. Friend, I urge you at this moment in time to muster up the strength, the energy to participate in this process if you are thinking about not. We'll talk a little bit about the candidates because we're looking at our options okay, so we want to be shopping for our dream vacation home in the mountains. And we want to be shopping from our dream log cabins because this is the most powerful nation in the world. It's the most important job on the planet, right? Which makes it right. When we look at it that way, we must participate in this process, okay? But we're looking at our options. We want to be shopping for our dream vacation home, and we're looking at one of our choices, and it's this house in the suburbs that some of the siding's falling off, and there's a off-color word painted on the front of the house, let's say. And then we're looking at our other option, and it's a house in town, fresh paint job, looks pretty good on the outside, and you get inside and it's filled with mold and filth. We're okay, I don't like my options here. So where do we go from there? I'm urging you to search hard for truth. And you may I don't have time, or I hate politics. If you hate politics, friends, I hate politics. And here I am trying to urge us to get ourselves together and get off our butts because our country matters, okay? So search information. If you don't have time to do much, you don't have to have time. Download 2 apps or 4 apps on your phone. Get a conservative app and a liberal app, or 2 of each. And just start. Some of them will just send you headlines and you can pay attention to the ones you want to and not. Or you can listen to stuff while you're driving or getting ready or eating, or we all have time that we can be listening to things, trying to figure out what's going on. I've put a bunch of resources that I think are of utmost importance, the really important issues that a lot of people aren't even talking about, on my website, handmakeWithLove.com/take a stand. Go there and take a look at them. So we have to work through the information. We have to search for truth. I know, there's so much information in our world, and it just, most of it's just a distraction to cover up the stuff that matters. So trying to post some of the stuff that I feel is vital on my website. I don't have stuff from any of the parties or any of the candidates. It's issues, things that I told you, we're not talking about issues. We're talking about American values here. If you're an American and you value a country where we get to have a say and we get to choose what we do with our lives, and our kids get to choose what they do with their lives, and we get to choose if we worship someone, who and how, all of those things that the founders of our country wanted to guarantee us if we live here, those freedoms. If you value that, we must get ourselves together and we must talk to people and get involved. So get the information. And then when you're looking at the issues and the candidates, something that I've never really thought about much, but as I've been learning things here lately, the founders of our country knew that a government of this type, where the people run, people have the power, the people choose their leaders, the people make the decisions, they knew that this would only work if we were a people of moral character, a people of virtue. Okay, I was listening to this book, If You Can Keep It, by Eric Metaxas, and he's talking about virtue, and I'm just like, I'm gonna be honest, the beginning of the book was a little slow for me, but it got a lot better after like the first couple chapters, and I loved it. But he's talking about virtue, and I'm like, I had to look up what that meant. Like, I had a general idea, but I didn't really know. I'm like, I have to look that up. So basically, just like a people of, I don't remember, people of moral character, people who try to do the right thing. Okay. So are we still a people who do the right thing? Are we still a people of morality? I believe that the majority of us are, and that the minority of those who are not are trying to overrun and force that way of life on the rest of us. And what's scary is, as we're being trained to stay quiet and be polite and go along with it, not ruffle any feathers, and don't say anything that's going to offend that person or that group of people or whatever, like, we're being trained to sit down and be quiet. This has happened throughout history, friends. And where it went wasn't good. We must stand up. Like, anything you can do right now to stand up, to speak out for being a people of moral character, for freedoms of speech or religion, or whichever freedoms are the most important ones to you. Talk about, I would love for more people who feel like you're supposed to be staying quiet. Get online, start to having conversations with people. Ask people, like, so are you gonna vote? Like, just start having conversations with people. I did this with one person a few weeks ago. It went fine. It went fine. I didn't get mad. We didn't get mad. We can have conversations, even if they're gonna vote differently than you. But it opens a door for communication. But talk about the issues, like, make some posts, talk to people in person. Maybe it's your church where no one is talking about this and it matters more than we can even imagine right now. Why are churches not participating and talking about this? It is important. So maybe you can share some of the issues that are important to you. Share what you believe and what you stand for. If we are not willing to share what we stand for, then how can we expect anyone else to do it? If you do it, you are going to inspire someone else, maybe a lot of someone else's. I don't like making these videos, and it's been really hard on me, but the messages I have received from people and the encouragement that apparently I'm sharing with some of y'all out there who still have some common sense and care about this place that we live in, our future, and the future that our kids are going to live in, it's been really encouraging to me to know that apparently I'm making some sort of difference, at least for a few people. So we must participate, friends. We must look at our suburban house with the siding falling off and the strange word on the front, and the other option. Weed through the information. Like I said, I've posted stuff for you. Go look at it. And then turn to your morals and your values. And if you haven't been, pray about what the right decision is. Pray. We need to seek guidance from above. I'm doing this too. Even though I'm pretty sure I'm right, it's possible I'm wrong. So we need to be seeking guidance and letting the one in charge know that we are turning to him. Have a blessed day. See you again tomorrow.